I did a video a while back. It's actually my intro video on YouTube called Your Routine That Makes You Brilliant. And I'm highlighting that because I want to talk about what's called emotional energy. And your routine that makes you brilliant actually supports your energetic capacity. Now, I know I just said a lot of buzzwords, but I want you to bring me your mind, right? I'm going to give you an example to help you really connect to what I mean by emotional energy. So, I work with a lot of women who are in transition in their business or in their life. Maybe they're newly married or unfortunately newly divorced. Maybe they just had their first child, or maybe their children are um, going off to college and they're now empty nesters. Maybe they're at a space where they've done something for quite some time in a similar way in their business, and that way no longer serves them anymore. And so it's time for them to pivot, shift, transition. Maybe some space of disruption has transpired in their life. Either way, they're in transition. And they know that they have this thing that they want to do, but they're faced with some resistance in actually doing it. Now, many of the women who come to me have a level of expertise. They've been doing something for quite some time, something that they've stepped into a space of mastery about. And so you may feel like, well, where is the resistance coming from? And where I find the resistance comes from is they've taken so long to actually pivot that the thing they know they desire, the new role that they desire to be in their business, they don't have the emotional energy to do it. I had a mentor many years ago to share with me that by a certain point, I needed to really be solid on what I wanted to do and how I wanted my life to go. And not because I couldn't decide to do something different at a different time, but I know she knew more than I did at the time. She's probably 25 years my senior. And so she had definitely lived longer than I had. And I learned that what she was sharing wasn't that like I couldn't create something new at different stages and times in my life. If you follow me, you know I say it's never too late for a fresh start. But I think she understood that the energy can definitely change over time, like your capacity as it relates to energy. And I brought up the routine that makes you brilliant because it is a soundboard for shifting energy and helping you to renew your energy if you would. But there is a such thing called emotional energy. And that is where you have this thing that you really desire to do and you can't figure out where the resistance is coming from. And so often it's just whether you have the emotional energy to do it. When I'm working with clients, I'm always looking long term. I know sometimes we're focused on that strategy or that thing that's going to move the needle right now. And I definitely work on those things with my clients too. But what I understand is instead of flip flopping, changing, or having this thing on the inside of you that just never really goes forth, if you create from the space of vision and reverse engineer, then you evolve and flow into that. instead of having this resistance that comes up because you've been doing this other thing for so long, and the thought of doing something different requires so much emotional energy. Because it's not energy if you haven't done it yet, it's emotional energy. And so I wanted to come on today and share with you, if there's something that you desire to do for your life and your business, don't hold off forever. I've seen people go out of business or never fulfill the next thing they wanted to do. And it's not because they aren't capable, it's not because they don't have a level of expertise. My clients are intelligent, and so many women are so skilled, so much knowledge, but oftentimes it's whether they have the emotional energy to fulfill it. And so if maybe you've been in transition, try adapting, a routine that makes you brilliant, that renews your energy. Get a coach, someone that can hold space for you as you're transitioning from one space to the next. Allow yourself to be supported so that you have the emotional energy for whatever it is that you desire. That's my take on today, emotional energy. I am Tanya Wilson, also known as the growth strategist, business consultant, and mindset coach. I help women just like you step into their personal power, scale their business, and create lifestyles they love. Over here in the Renew community, I help you create what's called a 3D brand. If you're uncertain, I have a video, I think it's maybe day 4 or 5 perhaps, where I explain what a 3D brand is if it resonates with you and you're looking for support. Connect with me. You can message me on any social platform that you may see um, my work on, or you can go to renewfullcircle.com. Renewfullcircle.com. There's ways to work with me privately. I think those 3 or 4 little buttons to the right, you click that and you'll see something that says Work with Tanya. Um, it also gives you access to our academy or to schedule a call if you're uncertain about what's the next best step for you. We can hop on a call and figure out what the best way is for me to support you. That's my take. Emotional energy, peace, and abundance.